Me, 23 male, caught my now ex, 22 female, cheating, we still live together. I, 23 male, moved to a new state with my, now ex, girlfriend, 22 female, 3 months ago. She graduated college last spring and me the year prior. Our relationship was extremely strong back home, pretty much no fighting, we have met and enjoy each other families, and we were excited to move in together after her graduation. We were almost at our 3-year anniversary. She got a job in a new state, and I work remote, so I figured why not? I've been wanting to move out of my home city for a while now, and this seems like the perfect opportunity. We sign a lease together, move in, everything is great. She works in person and has a college friend here, so finding friends for her has been really easy. Me, not so much. I've went to meet-up events, downloaded Bumble BFF, and met some of her friends. I realize now that making friends as a working adult outside of a structured setting, like college, is really difficult. I grow frustrated and lonely, and a little jealous that she's out having fun with her friends. I think the downfall of our relationship really began with my built-up frustration and loneliness, which she feels partly responsible for. She thinks that I moved here entirely for her and has said she feels bad when she's out having fun without me. I think she thinks that I was beginning to grow too dependent on her for my happiness without my own social group. I'll admit, my attitude was very poor and I could see how it was a massive turnoff. Mid-December, she suggests that we go on a break. She suggests that I go back home. I proposed an alternative, since we were going home for Christmas and New Year's anyways, why don't we just keep our distance then? We'll still hang out occasionally, but not every day, and no texting at a high frequency. That break was 2 weeks, and I thought it went well. We landed back to our apartment a couple days ago and I realized that she didn't feel the same way. She says she isn't excited to see me like before, doesn't like me as much anymore, and wants to stay out with her coworkers and friends instead of coming home. Well, I could see the writing on the wall at this point. I asked if there was another guy involved. She said no. In a final and formal manner, she ended our relationship last night. I decided that I wanted to keep living here because, despite all that has happened, I am actually finding that I am beginning to take more pleasure in my life. We come to the conclusion that it would be beneficial for us to continue living together, but this time only as friends and roommates. This morning when I got up, I actually found myself in a really upbeat mood. She is still my closest friend, and I believe that if I gave her some space for a month, as much as I could provide while still being her roommate, it could help her change her mind about anything. She said earlier that she would be spending the evening catching up with a few of her pals. When I get back from getting my hair cut, I have an overwhelming need to check her Apple Watch, which she forgot to bring with her to the salon. I want to make this very clear, I am aware that I should not have done this. She had been chatting to a colleague before our split, and it looks that she kissed, hugged, and held hands with him. This confirms my biggest dread and hunch, which were that she was cheating on me with him. They are acting as though they have been dating for many years by holding discussions over FaceTime and sending each other SMS. She has been dishonest with me regarding whether or not there is another man. In point of fact, she will not be going out with her companions at all this evening. They had been together throughout the whole day and night in the hotel room that their colleague booked for them. The things that have startled me the most are the lightning-fast pace at which she moved and the brazen manner in which she lied to my face. I was surprised since I believed she appreciated both me and the nature of our relationship more than that. She has only known this man for 3 months, and she's already prepared to move on to someone else so quickly? I dunno, I think it's good for her. I don't have any ill will against the person, and I don't believe that she cheated on me and ended our relationship because of him in the end. During the time when she was feeling stressed out about my condition, I believed that he was there at the right place and the right time to soothe her and listen to her. In spite of this, she has been dishonest with me about there being another guy there. The next step for me is to let her know that I want to get out of the lease, but I'm going to phrase it as I don't want to live with you if I can't be with you, which is true. In order to terminate the lease, I need her assistance. Because I am aware of the fact that her income is insufficient to cover the cost of the flat, we will have to collaborate in order to financially disentangle ourselves. Either she will need to find a new roommate to take my place, or she will have to move out entirely. However, before I go, I want to confront her about something. She is unaware of the fact that I am aware of her cheating. It is imperative that she provide me with the honest answer. I feel like I deserve it before we go our separate ways. When I approach her before to legally terminating the lease, I have the dread that she may respond in an illogical manner. Before I talk to her about the other person, I want to make sure that everything is organized and ready to go. What do you consider to be the most effective strategy moving forward? How do I go about untangling our current life administration and financial situation? Feel free to ask any clarifying questions you require, since I am aware that the way I have organized and structured this may not be the most effective method. Story 2. Girlfriend, 25F, gets home from trip and informs me, 31 meters, that she was cheating on me while abroad. I only found out about this 2 days ago, so I'm still pretty much in shock and trying to figure out what all this means. My girlfriend, who is 25 years old, and I have been together for around 2.5 years. We share a house and several animals, but thankfully we don't have any children. Our relationship has progressed to a more serious level, and we have discussed the possibility of spending the rest of our lives together, including getting married and having children. We are no longer in the love at first sight phase of our relationship, and as of late, there may have been a little more tension between us than is typical. The crux of the matter is that she traveled to Bali with her stepfather's girlfriend, and the kid of her stepfather's girlfriend. Due to the courses that I am now enrolled in, I was unable to attend. Because the Airbnb in which they were staying had only 2 beds, she told me when she arrived that she and her kid would be sharing a bed for the duration of their stay because there was no other option. She reassured me that there was nothing for me to be concerned about, and I placed my confidence in her. Because I've never had any reason to doubt the stability of our connection, I went forward without giving it a second thought. Therefore, around 1 week into a 2-week vacation, they engage in sexual activity. She informs me that it didn't happen just once, but anywhere between 10 and 20 times over the remainder of the journey. This information has clearly left me in utter disbelief. As a result of my panic, I knocked over a coffee table, shattered a light, shattered a beer bottle, and punched a hole in a door. I am not the least bit proud of any of it. She tells me that she is sorry, that she regrets everything, and that she would still want to pursue a relationship with me if I could ever forgive her for what she did and if I could ever forgive her. Counseling has been brought up, and I've made it clear that one of my requirements is for her to attend AA. I believe a lot of our problems can be traced back to the fact that she calls herself an alcoholic even though she doesn't drink at all. Regardless of whether or not she merits it, I'm starting to believe that it would be best for me to stick around with her and give our relationship another go. I continue to care deeply about her, and I have no intention of giving up on our relationship. On top of that, even if we were to split up, I wouldn't be able to pay our house on my own, and I would most likely be homeless for at least a short period if it came to that. My inquiry is if anybody has been in a situation that is comparable and had things turn out well. Before that, I was in a relationship with another alcoholic cheater that lasted for 2 years. I put forth a lot of effort to make things work with her, but all that resulted was a pattern of emotional abuse followed by reoffense. After something as devastating as this, I can't help but wonder, is there any chance that our relationship can be saved, or is it pretty well beyond repair at this point?